Hello, everyone. Welcome to the course Financial Markets 101. So, this course essentially will help you kickstart and further elevate your career in this exciting BFSI market. The course will detail all the products, their respective functioning, and their various associated risk and returns. All countries have financial markets, which play a key role in their economic growth. A financial market essentially acts as the intermediary between the investors willing to invest their money and the companies needing the money to expand their business. The size of the financial markets varies across economies, whether wherein it's relatively smaller in developing nations, but larger and more organized in the world's developed economies. So we'll begin with understanding what are financial markets. Um, so financial market refers to any marketplace where there's an exchange or there's a trading of security that takes place. There are primarily many kinds of financial markets, but some of the ones that we'll focus on in this course is the stock market, the bond or the debt market, the forex, and the money markets. These markets include securities that are either listed, on the regulatory exchanges, or they are traded between two counterparties over the counter. And financial markets primarily are vital to the smooth operation of any economy or any country to progress. What are the course objectives, that we've kind of outlined before we begin and deep dive into the course contents? Um, this course primarily is to understand, the structure and the functioning of various financial institutions. It is also to understand the mechanism of exchange and OTC markets, which are the broad main two markets that are there. Uh, the course also will entail, understanding concepts of return and risk of various different financial assets, which are traded across these various markets. We will also focus on understanding the interplay of, the financial products and their respective intermediaries that operate in these financial markets. Um, the course has been structured across 8 weeks, and across these 8 weeks, we've kind of detailed out what we learn in each of these individual weeks. So the first week will generally focus on a general introduction and key concepts to the various financial markets. We will understand broadly what are the roles that financial markets play in our day-to-day lives, as well as the economy as a whole. We will also learn about certain basic concepts in finance. One doesn't really need to be an expert in, the financial markets to take this course. So we want to cater this course to also very beginners and newbies who want to kind of understand and delve deep into the financial markets. So certain basic concepts before we, dive deeper into understanding each of the respective markets. We will also in the first week learn and try to understand of how the markets have evolved from the basic barter concepts, where agricultural produce was exchanged, and how we've now got on to, more digital forms of trading various assets across multiple locations of the economy with just simple button clicks. So we'll understand the evolution of how the markets have evolved in terms of their functioning as well as the overall size. Week two, we will focus on understanding about three major financial markets and their respective risk and returns. We will begin with the equity markets, which are the most popular ones. We will understand, how they function, what's the entire mechanism of trading in the equity markets, what are the various products that are available, what are the risk returns, how do various intermediaries, whether it's an investor, whether you're an intermediary, or whether you're just someone who basically wants to dabble in the equity markets, we'll kind of understand all of those. Vis-a-vis the equity markets is the fixed income or the debt market that we know of. Similarly, we will also understand how the debt market plays, a key role in our day-to-day lives. What are the various products that are available in the fixed income markets? How do various institutions operate in it? And how has the market evolved so far? Lastly, for the second week, we will also focus on learning about the foreign exchange or the currency markets. These markets, while most retail investors or participants do not trade in it, but the volumes are huge from an institutional perspective. So we will learn a little on that, how this is one of the most 24 by 7 operational markets, how it has global presence and global ramifications. We will end week two with studying about the risk reward ratio between each of these markets and their products. Because as they say that risk and return are correlated with each other, so we'll understand the interplay between each of these markets. In the third week, we will focus on a few other niche markets that are also in existence, because we want to focus on we want to focus on giving an wholesome understanding of the financial markets to you. So we will focus on commodities, real estate, hedge funds, and alternative investments as markets. These markets, while from a retail participation perspective, we don't really interact with these on a day-to-day basis. But these have grown, into full-fledged markets where a lot of institutional and intermediate institutional players and intermediaries, participate in these. We will also understand, as I said, the various products, their risk return profiles, and as a layman, what is it that we can learn about these markets, and going forward in our career, if we have to utilize these skill sets, and utilize this knowledge, how will it benefit us? So that's week three for us. In week four, while we've spoken about these individual asset classes and the financial markets, banking as a sector isn't really far away, from the financial markets, because it kind of acts as a mechanism for the financial markets to perform efficiently. So we will also, in the fourth week, learn about banking, about again, the history behind how banking came into existence, what is the modern day practice around it, what are the various kind of risks, that banks encounter, as part of their operation, be it market risk, credit risk, or operational risk. We will also learn, what are the ways and means that banks mitigate these risks. We will also learn about the core banking business, which pertains to asset liability management, and how banks perform that. What are the net interest margins like, and some more terms on those lines. We will also look at, what are the various advisory services that banks offer to their clients besides, besides the plain vanilla current and savings accounts. So we'll kind of, take a deep dive on that as well. The next week, which is week five, we will focus on insurance, because insurance also is a huge market, and within the financial services or the financial markets, this also plays a huge role, in our day-to-day lives. So we will understand what are the various types of insurance, whether it's general, whether it's life, whether it's non-life, and all those products. We will also, while this may sound a little technical, but it also will help us understand a little more about the sector in detail. We'll look at, a little bit about the mortality tables. How do these insurance firms go about with the calculation of premium for their various products? And of course, at the heart of all of this within the insurance sector is something called as underwriting, which essentially is a process wherein the insurance firms undertake the process of understanding the risk returns involved and accordingly do the pricing. So that process would be the underwriting process that we will kind of delve deep into. Week six, now that we've got a brief understanding of the various financial markets and the various products and the risk returns around those, we will look at fund management as a process or as a concept, so to say. And within fund management, primarily there are two main philosophies that we will look at. One is active fund management, the second one being the passive fund management. We will also look at what fund of funds are, and how they are structured, how are they different from a lot of the other traditional fund hierarchy concepts that are there in the market. We will also look at, what are the returns that one can expect, or what are traditionally the returns that one kind of generates from all of these products, and how, does research play an important role in the entire process of fund management. Week seven, we will focus on mutual funds. Mutual funds, of course, as any retail participant would know, or any layman on the street would know, are the most popular products, within the financial markets. Again, we'll understand what was their history, where did they evolve from, and what are the latest trends within the mutual fund space in today's day and age. We will also look at which are the various types of mutual funds, that are being offered in the market. What's their categorization like? What's, their respective risk-reward ratio like? While mutual funds as a product is very popularly known, there are certain few key terminologies that one should, know of in order to understand the industry and the market a lot better. So we'll kind of look at that as well. Last but not the least, in the last week, now that we've kind of gathered, a whole lot of knowledge around the various financial markets and the various products, we will look at how the financial markets, has a very important role to play in the economy. We will look at understanding how the central bank or the regulator, per se, forms various policies. What are those various policies? What is the respective impact that these policies have on the markets and the economy as a whole? We will also look at a little bit on the growth and the inflation interplay of the financial markets vis-a-vis, the impact on our daily lives and the economy, and so on and so forth. So that's what we essentially intend to capture as part of the Financial Markets 101 course, which is to, give the participant, an understanding of the entire BFSI, or banking and financial services space, so to say, so that the person is more well equipped, to grow in the career in this industry. Uh, Besides that, what else does Guru School offer, besides, of course, this course, is our six pillars. These six pillars are the fundamental, of our product, of all our product offerings. The first one being, of course, it's an instructor-led training that we provide, throughout the duration of the course, and these will be live instructor-led training sessions, which will give the participants a good overview on the respective topics that we intend to cover. The second one being the certification. So, of course, after the successful course completion, all the participants will be provided a certificate, as part of the training that we provide. The third pillar is the resume preparation. wherein we for all the candidates that enroll in these courses, we prepare reference ready resumes for them, which will kind of have all the required essentials that would push the career would push the candidate towards a successful career. We will also assist the candidate in interview preparation, which will be, the vendor and the client interviews. We will provide the respective coaching and the assistance required for both these interview preparations. And last but not the least, as part of, once the candidate is placed, we will, continue providing project support because we do understand that, once the candidate actually starts working, there will be certain initial assistance that will be required for the candidate to perform. So that is also something that we would kind of provide. Um, for any kind of information, we have our own website. We have our respective email addresses, that are visible on the screen. Y'all can feel free to, drop in an email and reach out to any of us. We also have, our Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube pages available. We will appreciate if y'all can just kindly like and subscribe so that y'all are kind of updated with all the latest offerings that we have and all the latest information that we share out on these social media pages. I think that's pretty much what I wanted to cover. Thank you everyone for your time.